Welcome back, Bravehearts. I hope you had the best weekend of your life. I'm Dr. Daryl Wolf, and I'm your guide today. And what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be talking about what? We're going to be talking about gangrene, and we're going to be talking about a bladder mass, okay? Now, understand something. You know what? To be sick today is totally normal. I get it. You know what? I have never seen a time in my life. It really started about the last 5 to 10 years that a person could have 2 autoimmune diseases, and guess what? Which means that they could have diabetes and heart disease, and you could say, hey, how you doing? And they say, great, because they're not in the hospital. That's right. Did you know that, are you ready for this, that 96% of the population has an autoimmune disease? Now that would be meaning that the body's attacking itself because you were attacking yourself on an emotional level because you were programmed to bring yourself down and actually bring down your family and everybody else. Yeah, that's right. But you wouldn't know that because if everybody's doing it, then my God, it just must be normal. But understand something, normal is abnormal, and understand this. Don't you love this one? Now what they're doing, and I'm going to say this because it just tweaked me yesterday. You know, I saw this commercial, and it showed this woman, and she must have been 60 pounds, maybe 80 pounds overweight. And you know what that said? A woman with a full figure. Well, let me tell you something. You call that a full figure? You know how easy it is to program us. I'm going to tell you something, that people that are lean, keen, and healthy, okay, are going to be the minority. You heard what I said. We are going to be the minority on this planet. And I guarantee there will even come a law that if you say anything to somebody who's overweight, that you will get fined or go to jail. Because they want everyone to be overweight, because people aren't overweight, they're overinflamed, they're overinfected. And understand something, the more fat cells you have, the more inflammation you have, the more toxins you have. Now, my dear friend here, and why don't you tell everybody who you are?
I'm Chris, my name's Chris.
And where are you from?
I'm from South Wales in the UK.
Now, he's not overweight, but there's 2 things that are going on today. You're either overweight or you're underweight. Okay, so you can't put weight on because guess what? You are attacking yourself on a whole different emotional level. Okay, like you're going in. I mean, it's actually worse to be underweight and not be able to put on weight. But guess what? Don't tell me it's healthy to be overweight because you just get to have heart disease, diabetes. You get to have high blood pressure, which isn't even a disease, but let's get everybody on meds for God's sakes. So I know I'm ranting a little bit, but guess what? You go into any mall from now on, you're going to see these mannequins that are full figure. And the reality is all these corporations want a full figure. They want to feed their bottom line, and they want to make sure that your bottom is nice and big. And the reality is this. I'm not disrespecting anyone, but if you're underweight and you can't gain weight, that's a life-threatening disease. If you're overweight by 5 pounds, you heard what I said? It is so easy if you were to live the perfect day diet to never be more than 5 pounds. You know what my grandmother used to say to me? She used to say to me, Daryl, and this is when I was in my 20s and already eating properly. You know what she said to me? Oh, Daryl, you look too thin. You need to put on some weight because when you get sick, you're going to lose weight. And if you get sick right now, you could probably die. And, you know, talk about being programmed, right? And understand something. I will be attacked for what I say here because the majority rules. And understand, 80% of the population is overweight, right? Oh, you ready for this? 1 out of 4 children are obese. So now we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about gangrene, and we're going to talk about a bladder mass with Chris, right, Chris?
Yeah.
But I just wanted to lay that out there because I'm not going to leave this alone. You know what? Everybody out there that's overweight, yes, love yourself. Love your body wherever you're at and demand more. You know what? I'm grateful for what I have, but I want more. And I'm going to demand more from myself. I'm going to challenge myself. I'm not going to judge myself, but I'm going to challenge myself at every moment that I can. I'm going to challenge myself to bring up my vibration because everything is about vibration, and you better get that. Everything is about vibration, what you eat, what you drink, what you think, who you hang around with. And understand this, and I had a conversation with everybody this morning, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I told them that nobody's hanging around with me anymore with low vibration. You're allowed to have as much low vibration as you want. You're allowed to gossip. You're allowed to talk yourself down, talk everybody else down, but you won't do it in front of me. It'll never happen. And understand something, if you don't learn how to mind your own business, you'll be out of business. You'll be out of business as far as money goes, and you'll be out of business as far as your life goes. And understand something, they're coming for us this November, and they're going to get everything just ready, you know. Put the little froggy in the pot, let them swim around because it's the summer, and then they're going to turn the heat up. And if you don't start working on yourself emotionally, and guess what? Become what? The master of your home. Making sure that you don't bring in anything that is low vibrational. Drink, think, or eat. You need to hold the line. Who's going to be the braveheart here? You know what? Corporations are here, and they're only here for one reason. Okay? Let me tell you something. They call us the herd for a reason. You do know that, right? They call us the herd for a reason. I can't believe how only maybe 50,000 psychos, okay, psycho elite, could hogtie 7 billion people, right? 7 billion people. Where was I? I was somewhere. Oh yeah, I know where I was. I was traveling in the airport, Chris, and in the American Express lounge, okay, they were wearing double masks. Double masks. Okay, so in Texas, I was in Texas, nobody was wearing masks on the plane. Nobody was wearing masks, you know, pretty well anywhere. But no, I can't say that. There were people in Texas wearing them, but not on the plane, and the numbers were way down. And then here in Mexico, where we have more freedoms than anywhere else, we still have to wear masks when we fly on an airplane. So it depends who is the corporate leader. And then you know what? It's going to be so easy to just get people and then get them again, because corporations own everything. You do know that only 6 corporations own 96% of all the media. You do know that only 6 corporations, okay, run the world. Isn't that something? And they're going to run you into the ground. So here's the deal. Chris, when you were younger, how'd you like your life?
What, as a young child, you mean?
Yeah, how'd you like it?
Well, it was okay. It was good, really, in a way.
Okay, so...
I mean, I had too much freedom in a way, no boundaries in my life, really, but...
No boundaries?
No boundaries.
Yeah.
I was just kind of went a bit wild. Very early I was okay, and then I kind of wasn't. You know?
Make sure that the volume's up high enough, please.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right before I kind of became more aware of myself. Say at about 5, 6, 7 years old, I started to realise that I was a bit lost, completely lost, really. I'd slipped through the net a bit with my family, you know?
5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's talk about that. And you know it. Chris, you've done the whole life coach course once, right?
Yeah, about to do the second.
And you're going to do the second.
Yeah.
And what do I tell everyone? You do my course 3 times, and nobody's going to jerk you around ever again. You do it once, there's a wake-up call, right?
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't own yourself yet, do you?
No.
Do you own your thoughts?
I'm not totally, but I'm getting.
You're getting there.
I'm getting there, man.
That's right.
Getting there.
I know that.
People affect me. I'm keeping my mind out of other people's stuff. I'm standing strong.
Yeah, he's keeping his mind out of other people's stuff. Why don't you do that? Whether it's your family, your friends, your neighbors, or anybody else. Mind your business, loving, honoring, respecting yourself.
I could never do that. I was always thought I'm alternative. I lived off grid. I was like, I wanted to talk about the corporations all the time. I wanted to talk about all that. People said I was losing it years ago, you know? And it was just, it was just a really hard journey to know these things, because I did from quite a...
Well, it's a hard journey because nobody else is making the journey.
Yeah. So
you're
the freak. You're the freak, I felt like at the time.
Yeah, it's easy to jump on the bus here and the wrong bus that goes off the cliff. So he said that he lost himself around 5, 6, 7. Well, how about that being everybody on this planet? How about this, that when you're born, okay, you don't have a filter. And it doesn't matter what garbage is spewing out of someone's mouth, okay, what they're thinking, what they're drinking, what they're eating, you're thinking that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
And the reality is you have no filter here until you're 7. So by the time you're 7, you've got 70 to 90% of your belief systems already locked in. And depending on what your mother and father were like, that'll be a big one. The teachers that taught you, the person in the church, or whatever group that you went to, that's what you are. You are a combination of the 5 people that you hung around with from 0 to 7. And do you ever notice something too? Okay, the time that you were loved with unconditional love was up till about 3 o'clock. I mean 3 o'clock, till you were 3 years old. Yeah, 3 years old. And most of us can't remember before 3 because the mind is built that way. You know, people think I'm loco, and I don't mind because guess what? I am loco, and I'm going to stay loco. The reality is this, is that the human brain was manipulated, not the spirit. But because the human brain was manipulated, you choke your spirit off every day, and that's what you do. If you don't feed your spirit, you can't heal the physical body, and that's the biggest problem that people are going to have today. You know what? Unless you want to get your spirit back, you would have to know one love, one law, okay? And that would be unconditional love. You're either going to buy into this, or you can just have a bumpy ride. You better buckle up. So let's talk about your life.
Well, as I was saying just then, I used to get stuck into all the alternative news and try to educate people that this isn't the truth, this is the truth and all. And you've taught me that life coach course, the first bit of political stuff, I was into it because I was loving these people learning, but I kind of knew a lot of it. But then when it's sort of second half of the course, it paced into your belief systems big time, and I started to realize I'm not a free thinker. I thought I was a free thinker. You know, I used to say to me, I'm a free thinker.
It's all right. It's okay.
And I maybe compared to some people I was, but then I realized my mind is just so many.
Well, compared
beliefs.
to others, you were a free thinker, meaning that you would sway away.
Yeah.
But the reality is
we from the
we
herd.
need to create a perfect day.
Yeah.
You know, until you have, you know what, you can get this or not get this. Until you have gone in and pulled out every dysfunctional belief, okay? Pull it out. And how do you do that? Well, you don't focus on the dysfunctional belief. You only focus on the functional ones.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you just even had like 2 or 3 functional beliefs, like I will honor, respect, and unconditionally love myself and forgive myself for everything I've ever done or ever going to do, that would be a really good start, okay? Because guess what? Sinner's syndrome is going to get you nowhere.
Yeah.
The guilt is going to get you nowhere. And judging yourself or anyone else is going to get you nowhere.
Yeah.
But we're all taught to do that, right? And we're all told that we can have anything we want. And then we think we're the broken ones. But we're not broken. We have a spirit, but it's being choked. What's broken is the belief systems we have that aren't ours. So until you understand that you need to change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and that's what you're working on. And let me tell you this. Would you tell someone to come and take my course if they weren't ready?
If they weren't ready?
Yeah.
Well, I think they'd run.
They'd run. That's right. So
after the first
you got to
day.
make sure you're ready. You know, you got to dive into the library. You got to go watch things, do things. You know what? Here's the deal. Here's who comes. People that have this awakened moment and they stay there, or the person that says, I'm going to go there because if I don't, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
So there's the 2 people we get.
Yeah. I was a bit of both. I was watching your stuff way before, you know, and so I was prepped myself well. But I came here with a lot of reservations. I was like, not committing, just committing to go in. I'm going to see how it is. And you saw I was in the beginning. I was a bit like, okay, maybe I'll take it, maybe I won't. But I mean, now I'm jumping on the next one, and I just decided that this morning. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it. You know,
You just signed up now.
Literally just went and said, go on.
And the next course is actually this Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's
29th.
called the Whole Life Coach Course.
Yes.
And that's on for 9 days. We go for 4 days, take a day off, give everybody a breather because 4 days of me, you need a breather. Yeah, and then you come back and you do 4 more days.
Yeah.
And then we actually take 2 days off, and then we do the Wolf Non-Surgical, which is a 12-day course, and there's a 1 day off in that as well. But anybody, listen, I just want to say this. We put this together just this weekend, and it's called NWP at docofdetox.com. Can we put that up, please? Up on the thing. Can we type it in for everybody on Facebook? NWP at docofdetox.com. Why would you want to go there? Well, here's the deal. Every Thursday, okay, I'm going to be on there at 7 p.m. Central Time, okay, every Thursday, and I'm going to be answering questions for people who want to become certified in a Wolf Non-Surgical Therapist to learn our body work, or they want to become a whole life coach to learn their nutrition and learn about emotional and how to actually be a consultant or a guide for your family, right? And so certifications. Also, we're going to be answering questions on all our online trainings that are coming. And we have 6 personal treatment and trainings where couples come, where we have the pain-free pregnancy, where a couple will come and learn how to love themselves, love each other, how to eat and treat themselves before the baby comes. It's the most powerful course if you want to have a baby on this planet. And did you ever think about this one? Why can't none of our parents know how to love themselves or love each other, or how to feed themselves or feed each other before they have babies? Because it was orchestrated that way.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, you were orchestrated to knock yourself off.
Yeah.
So, personal treatment and trainings, also personal one-on-one trainings if you come here. All right, and also we have certifications to go, where we'll actually go to your clinic and teach everyone. Whether it's mainly we go out, the only one we do for clinics is the Wolf non-surgical. Okay, and we'll come to your clinic and we'll teach you, or we'll teach everybody in your clinic. And then we also we'll be answering questions for healing and treatment protocols for people who come here to Mexico to the World Healing and Training Center. Okay, so that's what the Thursday's for. So if you go to NWP, which stands for New World Practitioner, because everybody needs to become their own practitioner.
Yes.
Okay, don't become your own practitioner. Why don't you just go to the medical doctor that doesn't know anything about health? Why don't you just do that like everybody else? Or why don't you go to a natural health practitioner that is doing their very best, but they have a watered down, diluted form of body work and nutrition. And you can think, I'm being arrogant, but I'm the only one that I know that gives a money-back guarantee on courses, trainings, and treatments. How's that? Maybe. And there's a reason, because I got to put my money where my mouth is, and also we better give the best to every one of our brothers and sisters, because guess what? I already told you 96% of the population has an autoimmune disease, right? So, NWP at docofdetox.com. Spread the word, and if you want to come on, you can challenge me on my show. Doesn't matter. I will be in Texas, okay? Doing a training in July. We'll be going over those dates at the end of the show. But if you go on Facebook or you go to braveheartnation.com, I'll be doing a training in Texas at McKinney, which is just a little bit outside of Dallas, and I'll be doing another one around the Toronto area, and that'll be right after Texas. So I think we go to Texas July the 15th, but I need those dates if you could check that for me.
Yep.
Okay? Anyways, we'll get those later. Let's talk about you. Okay. So now you're going to do the whole life coach certification again.
Yeah.
Why?
I want to solidify this stuff. I mean, like I say, the political stuff is great, and everyone needs to know that. Yeah. And
needs to know what?
Needs to know that we've been had. And
well, here's the deal. That's the deal, though. You need to know how you've been had. Yeah. And then you need to leave it alone.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to change. You know what? The government's never going to work for you. They're going to work for an internal government, the dark side. Yeah. Okay, the medical system is never going to be into health. And corporations are never going to sell you anything but new and improved, right?
But people need to get their heads around that before they can. Well, I knew, but it was good to hear it again and to hear it affirmed by you and to see people waking up to that, in the course. And then I learned a little bit more about that, and then I learned about my belief systems, that I thought were mine, and like these eyes work for the brain, and the country I was brought up in. Basically, if you took me at birth and put me in Delhi or something, I'd be like a white man in a bit browner in Delhi with Hindu beliefs, and all sorts of beliefs that I haven't got because I was from the UK. But the Indian boy you might have put in my family would have all similar beliefs to my country and stuff. That says it all to me, and that's why the Indians use the third eye thing, and they put ash there every day because it's the bottom line. Anything organic, finest thing is the ash. So it's pure, and it reminds them not to judge with these, which have been trained by the country, but to look with this, because this could be God. Because in their stories,
Yeah, just think if you were never to judge yourself or anyone else again, and all you did was observe and say, you know what, life is a buffet, I'm going to take this, but no longer do I even know that exists.
And I know you don't talk like that, what I was just saying, but I kind of know you know what I mean. I know you understand that, That's not the sort of thing Dr. Wolf's teaching me here. That's just my stuff, but this works for the country we're brought up in, and they're all controlled by a few people. There's no 2 parties, 3 parties. It's the same.
It's all just one party. I know that's why Americans are really heavy into their politics. But so are Canadians. Yeah.
And letting go of that then to get back on
Walk
track.
away, because guess what? It'll never change. The only thing that'll change is what you do in here and then in your home.
And you can change you, and if you change you and you shine, then other people see that, and they might want some. We're light beings, so.
And then guess what? They'll decide to
Yeah.
take that light or they
yeah,
won't.
Yeah. They either say like, what are you doing? Or they say, what are you doing? I want some of that,
Yeah.
you know? And the ones that are the other way, you know, well, they can just walk on. And that's what I'm learning, to let people go. I've had to let a few people go recently. Just let them go. Trying to do it with love, but I have used a bit of anger.
Yeah, but even if you believe in unconditional love for yourself and everyone else, if someone else doesn't, you're still the terrorist.
Yeah.
You know what?
Terrorist of myself.
I don't consider myself better than anybody else on this planet. I just know that I need to take on these beliefs, or I didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stay here. Why am I going to do that? I don't believe that suffering's the way. It is not the way. You know, I need to suffer once for something and learn from it and move on.
Yeah.
Suffering is not the way. Okay, it might be your way.
No need to suffer, yeah.
Yeah. So, Chris, let's talk about gangrene in your bladder. Okay?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so first of all, think about this. For something to have gangrene means that it's rotting off of you. Now, what kind of rotten, stinking thinking do you think that you have that you would actually cause a piece of your body to rot off?
Yeah, pretty bad, eh? Pretty bad. Yeah, and a lot of pooping in your pelvis, as you've taught me, and that's gone in.
So it's first psychological, then it's biological.
Yeah.
But you know, we have to look at both things. But
Yeah.
just know this: we can go in and work with the biological. Otherwise, we can do the colon cleansing, we can do the liver cleansing, and right away start to bring our vibration up and start the healing. But guess what? That's why we have this one. I'm a 3-time cancer survivor. Really? You didn't learn the first time or the second time? And you're the third time? What do you want, a badge of honor? You don't want a badge of honor. What you want is you want to honor yourself. And how to do that is you've got to change parts of your personality, because it should have only happened once. And it shouldn't even have happened once if you knew what love was.
Yeah. I mean, I caught the medical system tried to railroad me off one scan. One scan, they go, right, you've got a what they call a tumor in your bladder, and we're gonna have a look right now.
Okay, so let's talk about your little journey through the medical field, and then to where you are now. I'll sit back. You do the talking.
Well, what with these issues?
Yeah, just when did things start to go clickety clank on you? Like you noticed that things were not working?
Well, when I was younger, I had addiction issues, and that's when I came up against the medical system's sort of lack of interest in that at all. There was no help at all, you know, and that's why I became addictions counsellor myself, because of that, really, for a good few years, when I sorted it out. So I always had this. I saw that side of the medical system, the way the doctors would be totally different to me than they were to other people, you know. So that straight away, I was like, nah, this isn't right, you know, this is not right. So I never trusted them. Kind of glad now, although you know, I know that GPs or general practitioners might have your best interest in heart, but they just don't know. They don't know. They just don't know. They don't know about food. They don't seem to know about anything unless they're personally interested. They're not trained in that way, and so I couldn't trust them. But then when I had a scan because I passed some blood. My foot, the gangrene thing, I'll talk about in a minute. But they not even interested in that. Nothing they could do. But the thing they looked at it. They said there's a lump there. It's a tumor. It's cancerous. I said, how do you know it's cancerous? They said, well, just from experience, and we want to go in right now and have a look. And I know I've jumped to this latest thing.
No, that's okay. It's great.
It's like and then it was like I was on the table, literally, like 10 minutes after the scan. I was upstairs on the table, and they were trying to go in through my penis, and I was letting them for a minute, and I went, whoa, what are you doing? And I just thought, no, you're not going in there. And I said, why are you going in there? To have a look, and then we'll go in later and take a biopsy, and then we'll go in later and cut it all out. And that just didn't make any sense to me at all, you know. And I thought, so I stopped.
Yeah, but you know what? It does make sense to whether you want to believe this, to 99.9% of the population.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because you have to understand something. If that's all you've ever known and that's all that's ever been given, then that's called normal.
Yeah.
And the reality is you can't. Doesn't matter how many pieces you cut away. It's not going to bring you love. No. Okay.
I mean, for me, it was like I'd been watching your things. Luckily. I just a bit, you know, and I was interested in the nutraceuticals and stuff, but I hadn't got any of those yet. And so I just told them no. And they said 2 months and we'll have you in for an operation, no problem, all that. I left that because I wanted to keep the door open because I was frightened, you know. And then
how long ago was that?
That was in December, early December.
Okay.
winter solstice, 21st, and so then I mean, they were kept ringing me and saying, yeah, no problem. It was like it had changed. I don't want to get into them. They've changed, and there's reasons for that. But anyway, they were more like a business. They were obviously more like a business in Britain than they used to be. You know, they were like accepting me saying no and saying, oh, we'll fit you in a little bit later. We'll fit you in. And they used to say, if you don't come now, we'll strike you off. You have to go through and referral again. So they were trying to sort of reel me in, and like everyone was telling me it's for your best good, it's for your best good. And I was going, what? How can they know it's cancer? And why would I let them go in there that way when it's fraught with side issues? Because I had looked into it. A lot of people run. If someone was just commenting about they got a bladder mass.
I just want to say two things. You know, first of all, it's amazing how we will try to heal our body with such abuse.
Yeah.
The next thing is that I'm going to say, if you unconsciously grew something, what happened if you became conscious? Could you ungrow it?
Yes. And I mean, so yeah, I mean, they scared me a lot, and then didn't want. It doesn't make sense to me to go in straight in like that and be rushed. I don't get the rushing bit. It wasn't as if it was a huge thing.
Remember something. The times in my life that I have regret is when somebody said, "Buy now, this deal won't be here today, after today."
Oh yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Especially all the big money games,
Yeah,
schemes,
yeah,
scams.
yeah. Do it now. Yeah.
And understand something. Why would a health system talk in a way that they scare everyone, and then that causes adrenaline to come in, and we know that adrenaline will cause a tumor to blow up.
Yeah.
We know that adrenaline will pull more calcium out of your bones. We know that adrenaline will turn your scar tissue, your beautiful connective tissue into scar tissue. We know that inflammation is cancer. How many people know that? How many people out there know that inflammation is the most extreme of cancer? Inflammation is the most extreme of cancer. You need to get this, guys, because arthritis is just lower on the level. Colitis, sinusitis. Okay, all right, even the meningitis, but cancer is the extreme of inflammation. So when they went in there, they said, look, for as much as this is inflamed, this is cancer.
Yeah.
So what happens if you were to disinfect, otherwise detox?
Yeah.
Start doing the daily cleansing tea, the Tummy Love Black Gold, and then you start doing the Ultimate Coffee Enema. Right away, we've just taken the area, the pelvis, which everybody's pooping in their pelvis.
Yeah.
You bring that down. If you bring the infection down, you bring down the inflammation.
Yeah.
If you bring down the inflammation, then why would you have mutation, scar tissue formation, and calcification to the point that you're pooping in your pelvis so much that now your hips, they're telling you they got to replace your hips, or you're so damn stiff, right? That you can't. And what do we look at? You know what old age is? Scar tissue and displaced calcium.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
All the stiffness.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Get the calcium back in the bones and turn the scar tissue back into
yeah.
connective tissue and become Mr. Flexible.
I mean, Daryl, I've been doing the nutraceuticals since straight away. You know, I started doing straight away. And
You've been doing, you mean the products?
I've been doing Marigen, I've been doing C60. These are my favorite ones, you know.
Yeah.
Marigen, C60, infinite iodine just changes everything. Iodine is amazing, isn't it? And infinite iodine goes in on a cellular level.
Infinite iodine's the only pure iodine.
Yeah.
There is not another one on the planet that we know of.
Yeah. And it's essential to life, isn't it? It's essential. I mean, it's...
Well, that's why they took it away. Back in 1974, they took iodine out of all the foods, and they put in bromide.
Yeah.
You know what bromide does?
Yeah.
It blocks iodine. Guess what happened after 1974? Weight problems, thyroid problems, thyroid cancer, emotional issues. Do I need to keep going? And then guess what? Because mothers weren't getting their iodine, then you find the mentality of the babies being born is a lot lower. And you find a lot of other problems. Do your homework, please.
Yeah, it's all there on the website, and there's videos on everything. I learned a lot about it because I'm the sort of person that won't just jump in. I'll jump into stuff if it feels right, but I wanted to know what I'm going to spend money on and what I'm going to do these things on, you know. And yet everything I've taken, and I hope it promotes your stuff because it's amazing. Everything I've taken is like quality down to the bottle in the packaging. You know, everything's quality. So I'm happy to have that. I'm happy to receive that. It's quality, and it's changed my life.
Have you done any advanced water fastings yet?
No, my flat.
Well, you know, we're kicking one off on Wednesday, right? So
Yeah.
I'll be today at 12. I'm going to replay the fasting, how to do an advanced water fast, okay, at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So don't miss it, okay? Because if you want to know that advanced water fasting is the way to go, not water fasting.
Yeah.
Today, if you
No.
just did a water fast, you blow your head off. You release the toxins so fast, the GMOs, the chemicals, the poisons, you wait till you see what happens. When you do our advanced water fast, our products, which are the best nutraceuticals in the world, don't turn on the Krebs cycle, but they'll turn on autophagy, which is eating up everything like the tumor,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah,
fibroid,
yeah,
we call
yeah.
it whatever you
Yeah,
want.
I don't want to call it tumor, but
Yeah, fibroid, and or any other growth in there, it unleashes that, and it also unleashes what? Stem cells. Stem cells go in and renew everything. So that's why we want to do advanced water fasting, everyone. It's the least expensive, most powerful way to turn yourself around.
I mean, I'll just say a quick thing about fasting. My person I'm sharing a property with, she's on the 6th day now, the last day, and she had all these patches on her legs before. She was really worried about that. It's part of the reason she did the fast. And 3 days on the fast, and these patches are hardly visible. I didn't know that's what would happen from it, but that's what's happening to her.
God's greatest
Amazing.
healing is inside. And
Yeah.
guess what? Until you stop eating, okay, you'll be mistreating yourself. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. 85% of my life is now just based on blender drinks and juicing.
Me too.
Okay?
Me too.
And that's it right there. And then it's a plant-based life. And then some of you are going, well, oh yeah, but I need my protein. There's no even science basis between needing protein. You need amino acids. And then there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. So understand that, everyone. Let's get back to you. So anyways, so now they wanted to go into your penis and you
Yeah.
said no.
Yeah, well, I let them start, and then I just felt the instant pain as soon as they did it, and I reacted and I pushed her hand
Well,
off.
what do you think that would do if they went in through his penis
Yeah.
to go check out that growth? Well, for one thing, do you think there would be any irritation that would cause inflammation,
Yeah.
that would cause the growth to
Yes.
go,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, now, if I'd gone with that, I know where I would be at. I would be depressed, trying to recover, possibly survive, calling myself a survivor or something, and just being grateful that I'm not dead. You know, and now I'm here, and I'm so happy, and I'm so happy. A major thing that I got from the course, why I'm doing it again, is that I was always onto the alternative stuff, and you challenged me on it. You challenged us all on it, and yes, it's good, it's better. At least they tell the truth, but some of them. But I don't need all that. Now I feel free, you know. And I've checked in once with where people, a channel I support in the UK that tells the truth, UK column, amazing. But I don't want to know. You know, I just don't want to know anymore. And you've taught me that, and I'm so grateful. That's one of the biggest things, you know, because now I've stopped with that.
Can we just, I want to make it
focus
clear
on
what he's
me.
talking about. Guess
Yeah.
what?
Am I speaking too
Let me
quickly?
no,
Okay.
you're doing a great job.
All right.
I just want to say this, everyone. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to know how I was ruled, schooled, and fooled. But that's it. Once I
Yes.
do that,
Yeah.
I want to own my life. And understand something right now. How many alternative channels out there, okay, are giving you the news and they're the good guys? But meanwhile, you're still getting stressed out. Why don't you just mind your own business and start a business? A great business. Find your passion, find your purpose. And why don't you just go inside yourself? And you cannot even watch alternative news and think you're going to bring your vibration up. It is impossible. So go in and stir up, you know that water puddle? Oh, it looks pretty clear. Go in and stir it up because it's a mud puddle, baby. But you don't keep stirring it up. You leave it alone. Okay, I got it. So we know that that the psycho leader, not in charge, there's an evil entity behind them, and they work for them, okay? And guess what? And that's why we can't get the chlorine and fluoride out of the water. That's why chemo and radiation is the main thing that we use for treating cancer. That's why we take antibiotics for every little sniffle and problem that destroys the major part of our immune system. That's why instead of loving yourself and knowing that you grew something that you can ungrow it, you go in and you cut it out because you want to take a knife to yourself because you've been taught to hate yourself and you're a worthless piece of crap anyways, and who in the hell would love you? And that is all a crock. That's a crock, and it's got to stop. And you need to do mirror work. You need to do I got this. These are Braveheart love bands. They're finally back in. You should get them. It says 3, 2, 1, I got this. That is a kiss. This is snug as a hug. And I'm reminding myself, I don't even have to look at this anymore. I just got this. You can't rattle my cage. You don't like me? Don't care. You love me? Great. You know what? I'm going to love you anyway, because if I don't learn unconditional love on this planet, I'm going to take myself down. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say about the loving yourself bit, you know, like people, men especially, you know, they laugh at that, you know, a lot, you know, because they've just been schooled, fooled, ruled, screwed, I say, but like I'm not afraid to say it at all, you know, and I wasn't before, but I never did the mirror work. I didn't do mirror work before, but
yeah, you want to tell them what the mirror work is?
Well, it started for me with just looking in the mirror and saying, look, look, Chris, I love you, mate. I've been through a lot. I sort of feel a bit weird saying we, but it kind of feels like I'm the observer a bit of this body, and so, you know, that's the spiritual bit, I guess, you know. And I just said, we got this, I'm on top of it. I talk to myself of this as if I'm talking to my 13-year-old daughter, who I love dearly, you know, so much that I would never speak to her the way I'd speak to myself. If I make a mistake, like, bloody idiot, you know. I wouldn't say that to her. I would never say that to her. So I don't want to say it to little Chris either. I don't want to say it to big Chris. But I pretend I'm talking to me as a young man, a young boy. I never got spoken to like that. My mum
Well, I know, but you know what? You've got to honor the child within, because the child within will help you win. Because I will never get rid of the child within. You know what?
Because it's playful and it's lovely.
I run a global business, but show me any time that I can have some fun.
I know, I've seen you. I've had fun with you, you know, real fun, great fun. And it's lovely, it's just amazing, like, it's just brilliant. To be standing in my power. I am standing. There's a little bit of me doesn't want to say it because it's still, I'm not quite there, and I'm still thinking, well, I'm standing in my power. What does that sound like? But yeah, I'm a powerful person. Yeah, we all are. I'm finding my true power now, and I think, you know, I've always said, as much as you shine, there's a shadow. So there's always a yin yang. There's always a balance to it. But you don't have to be up, down, up, down, up, down. You can stay pretty high vibrational all the time. You know, yes, you're going to come up against stuff that might wobble you, but letting go of all that stuff, minding your own business, it means so much. When he first said that, I was like, well, I don't know, because people need to know, and I know a bit about this, and I could tell. I was like, oh, what? My ego came up. I wanted this. Come next to you and say, well, actually, you missed a bit there, you know, things like that. At first, I wasn't listening. Didn't trust anyone, you know, because I've been had over so many times by society, I feel, and I was angry about it. So hence the alternative news and the truth. You have to have the truth, you know. And now I've let go of that, and the truth is I need to love me. And that mirror, I look in the mirror now from going, all right, Chris, you're all right, we got this, I love you. Now I go in there, and I go right up to the mirror, and I look at myself, and I actually touch myself, and I actually look, and I look at these lovely creases in my forehead, and I think, that's my journey, man. I wouldn't Botox that. No matter what you gave me, you know, that's just me. I wouldn't. I was saying anything wrong with that. It's up to you, what you want to put in your body. But that, you know, I look at it, I think, yeah, man, I've been around the block a lot of times, and in a way, I'm surprised I'm alive, but many times, and I know anyone who knows me will know this, and then they'll see the difference in me as well, big time. But I don't know, man. Looking in the mirror and looking at my leg, this leg that...
Yeah, take a look. Can we get a shot of this leg, please?
Some of you saw this. Anyone knows me saw it, they know. I was on the show a couple of times and showed this foot.
Yeah, it was black.
Black. And going, it was purple, dark purple, going black. And Daryl told me, originally I was coming here, you know, because I was getting away from those doctors and trying to get something real going on. And the foot thing, I thought, well, I accepted it as it's messed up. And it freaks me out. I didn't want to look at it, you know. And then you said, well, where's it go from there? Dark purple, it goes black, and where's it go from there? And I knew, okay, there, it's coming off. And then I started thinking, this is more important than this tissue mask, because this tissue mask...
Are you clapping it?
I'm clapping it. And on the veins, it seemed a bit weird to try and clap it, because it hurts, so I do it with my hand, not the clapper. But I've done a lot of that, and then I found that the energy was all getting stuck in the foot. So I did some of the shot glass, getting rid of some of the calcium.
Yeah, it's called one-shot therapy. We teach you in the course how to do it. You take a shot glass and you go in and start really breaking up the crystals.
And you feel it crunching away. And I did
you hear it.
You did my head.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's great now. But anyway, I did a bit of that, and then I did my knee, and I clapped this part of the leg, and then like I've had all sorts going on. I've had pain in there. I've had, but look, can you see the foot? I don't know if you can see the foot there. There's our lovely cameraman there.
You can still see, but see all these veins here? This is all going to be gone, okay? Give it another 3 months, and he will have nothing left except it'll be perfect health. Now, understand something, everyone, whether you believe this or not. Okay, so there's another lovely girl, and she's 17, and when she was younger, she had tons of antibiotics. Yeah. So she actually had pitting in her face.
Which is chemo, eh?
Huh?
Chemo, isn't it?
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
thing?
yeah, yeah. It's a form of chemo. Anyway, so she had all these pitting in her face when she first came here. I saw her yesterday and I went, oh my gosh.
Gone. Just gone.
She was in your class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her face, not one pock mark. Not one pock mark. And I'm telling you, this was like, let me see, I'd say 4 or 5 months ago. It was just lots of them. And not one pop. Look at. You are an amazing gift. You're created by God Almighty. Think about that. And you know what? But we've made the whole God thing all toxic too.
Yeah.
You know. You are amazing, beautiful, such a beautiful creation. And but you gotta love this creation. If you don't love this creation, you're not going to create anything beautiful.
Yeah, that's true. You got to love it, and I do, I do, and I'm learning. There's bits of me that don't even realize that isn't loving me. Certain thoughts and ways of thinking, those belief systems. I'm not there yet, but I'm doing well, eh? Doing well.
Doing really well. I mean, you've lost a lot of weight.
A lot of weight.
Your tummy's gone.
Yeah, it's nearly good. I mean, I'm losing it in the right places.
Yeah, you are. Because you're doing the right things.
Yes, I'm doing the
right things.
So
you're doing a lot of clapping too down here?
Every day.
On the bladder?
And the because look, if I've always...
Belly button?
Yes, twice a day,
Therapy?
Yeah, at night, when I wake up, I lie in the bed, I do 10 minutes, maybe 15, and at night...
How about the pelvic squats?
No, I'm finding them hard.
You got to do them.
I know, I'm doing them, but I'm telling you the difference though, I couldn't get my heels down, right? Couldn't get my heels on the ground from doing yoga once a week. As people know me, knows it's true. I was doing yoga once a week. I was quite good at it. They was telling me, oh, you're really bendy, for your age and that, you're amazing, la la la. And I enjoyed it, but I could never get my heels down and squat like I used to when I was younger. But I had one Wolf non-surgical treatment off this amazing guy here, Jason, and he did my stomach, and it was my first treatment. And he said, go for a walk, have a drink, and take it easy tonight. Have a swim. And so I did those things, and I noticed on the way to the pool, my feet felt different. My feet, he hadn't touched my feet. And I was just walking different. I was really calm, and I was in no hurry. I mean, the treatment was quite painful, but not as bad. I just kept thinking, you could be under the knife. You could be under the knife. Or you could be under.
Well, you got to understand something, everyone. Okay, we're going in and getting rid of beef jerky. Eat a piece of beef jerky. Well, that's what we're getting rid of. Piece of beef jerky, and we're getting rid of it because what we do is it gets like, see, here's a beautiful, let's say, muscle, tendon, whatever, ligament. And then it gets stuck together from inflammation, right? And then it starts to shrink, right? From too much inflammation, like a burger on the burner, and you shrivel it right up. So now what we got to do is you got to undo the fist,
stimulate,
open up the fibers, and guess what? You don't get rid of the scar tissue. You bring in the blood and the lymph and the flow of energy, and instantly it turns it back into beautiful connective tissue. And that's the power of Wolf Non-Surgical. This is why I keep telling people, okay, fine, but I'm telling you that we have the most powerful bodywork technique in the world. And guess what? We will back it with a guarantee. When people come here, we give them a money-back guarantee. The first treatment is going to blow you away. I don't care where you've went to, what you've done.
No, it will blow you away, without a doubt. It'll blow you away. I mean, I've got a lot of treatments to have yet. And somebody just asked about scars. How did you get rid of scars? I don't know if they knew me or something. I did have a lot of scars that are going. Partly that was cannabis oil cream in the past, but since I've been here, it's C60, which is supposed to be under your tongue, but it's amazing stuff. So I figured it was worth it, to be rubbing it on.
No, C60 is the most healing thing that you can put on the skin. In the world. And we have our C60 is MCT C60 or hemp oil C60. And I just want to tell you this, and again you're going to go, this guy's full of it. I will tell you that 95% of all the C60 out there is fraudulent.
Yes, I've tried it as well, the other stuff.
Fraudulent.
It's 3 times cheaper, 3 times more bulky, and it's not the same. But yeah, that stuff's amazing. Highest vibrational molecule on the planet, I think.
It's the highest vibrational molecule on the planet.
And that's
it will
a fact.
actually. That's why somebody was asking. I'm going to do the one a day for them, but they were asking me about concussion. So C60 is one of the most important things for concussion because
I've had a
the
lot of
actual
them.
damage in the brain, it will actually come and override it and grow back everything even better.
Amazing.
So C60 will return your eyesight, but it restores your brain. That's why it returns your eyesight. But C60 will work anywhere in the human body because C60 is the highest vibrational molecule. And whether you want to believe this or not, you know the C thing and the B thing? Well, guess what? That's why they were trying to make C60 illegal in France because it brought down the B thing and the C thing.
Yeah, of course.
It's 250 times stronger than vitamin C.
Yep.
Not 250%, 250 times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's amazing stuff. It is. I love it. I love it. I just go back to it all the time.
I take a sip 4 to 6 times a day.
Yeah, me too. 6. I've been told 6 with the conditions.
I
do more. Probably do more.
I probably do more too. I just didn't want to say it because people would be,
I think you're pushing it or whatever. But no,
pushing product.
Yeah, but these products need to be talked about. People see products for sale, they think, oh, this is a sales thing. I did in the beginning, but when the proof's in the pudding, The proof's in the pudding. And I had to think, I can't afford it. But of course I can afford it.
Well,
I'm wasting money on all sorts.
I want people to challenge me that when I say I have the best products.
I wish they would.
I want them to challenge me. And I want them to come on and challenge me.
Yeah.
Okay. When I say that I have the best body work and the best emotional course in the world, I want people to challenge me. And you know what?
Yeah. They don't much. Well, never now, do they?
No, they used to all the time, but now they don't. Well, I've been around for a while.
Yeah.
Right? And the only reason why I do this now because I don't want to fight. It's not what we're talking about. I want them to challenge me because I want them to challenge themselves.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And you've got to challenge everything that everybody's selling you, whether you're paying money or they're selling you a belief. You've got to challenge yourself and challenge them.
I mean, you're open to being taught. If somebody said something, they actually taught you something.
Well, I don't know. You took the course. How'd that go? I'm
you're brilliant.
I'm challenged all the time in the course.
Yeah, totally. And you're up for it. You're like, come on. I think this course, I'll challenge you a lot more.
I
was holding back a bit.
But then that shows that you're challenging yourself more if you challenge me.
Yeah.
You see?
You're a good man to challenge because it's good stuff and it's real.
Yeah, because
it's
fun.
Yeah, it's
when
fun.
When we observe
yeah.
and because I learn from you, you learn from me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll never stop learning.
No.
Every time I do a course, I bring myself up higher vibrational.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to tell you I'm heading off to spirit land. I'm trying to tell you that, you know what? It is unconditional love, everyone, for yourself and everyone else. And you know what? You may not like, somebody's beliefs, but don't hate them because that will turn on you so bad. So bad.
Ooh, it went. Now it's back.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so let's talk about. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say that just to finish what you were saying there. That deep, challenging, interesting, scary, sometimes stuff is also complemented with dancing together, and in the morning, in the evening, whatever, dancing together. Sometimes going off and eating together, but whatever is fun. It's fun, isn't it? There's a lot of fun in with a lot of work. But
stop making an appointment to have fun.
We're having fun.
Don't make an appointment for it. Okay, just know you can do it anytime.
Yeah.
Okay, and I mean anytime. And start living like you can do it anytime. I'll have fun wherever I want. Okay, all right.
Somebody just asked about C60. Yes, you can get it on the website. Detox.com shop. Yeah. Well, I've done it so many times myself.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So like I was telling everyone, at 12 o'clock today we'll be playing the 6-day advanced water fasting on how you would do it. And then on Wednesday, I'm coming on live to kick it off, okay? And there's not a lot of products in our advanced water fast, but if you've done a water fast before, you don't want to do that. Trust me, do your homework, okay? Don't be old school about this, okay? No. Water fasting's too dangerous, just using water, and it better be structured water.
Yeah, I meant to mention structured water.
Yeah, you're going to do distilled reverse osmosis or any of these other waters, you're going to kick yourself in the butt. So just watch out for that. Start doing some homework. You're worth it. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about your bladder situation. Well, so you've had non-surgical. What else did you do for that?
Non-surgical, and then
for the growth.
Yeah, you won't believe. Well, you will, but it's there's a lot of light energy kind of machines here, and I've been doing those. I signed. It's not expensive, you can just sign up for the whole month. Walk in, they open the door for you, and you can use different machines.
Well, we had to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's not good enough when somebody comes for a treatment.
No.
Because what if you wanted to come 3 times today?
Yeah. Yeah.
What if you want to come 4 times today?
Yeah.
Oh my God, did you hear that Chris, he passed away because too much light. Oh, really?
Yeah. No. So
we got the sentient element in there, which is the strongest PMF in the world. It really is. And also, if you've heard of the med bed, do you know what the med bed is? It's a sentient element.
Okay.
Except the med bed's going to be $1 million, and people are going to be paid right out the wing wang, where they can just use a Tesla coil, and they're going to get the same thing as a med bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And then we have a Biotron, which is go ahead.
Clears your valves and stuff, doesn't it?
Well, the actual sentient element, it any frequency that has ever existed for healing the body, because you have it right on your phone.
Yeah.
So every one, you know how people do Rife?
Yeah.
Well, that's limited.
Yeah.
You don't want something that limits you. I can put a matter of thousands of different, here, I could have a blood sweep, I could do something we know that helps the vibration against things like the big C or the little c, okay? Or we can do things for arthritis, we can do things for parasites, we can do things for mold, we can do things for the brain. So we're talking about thousands of different frequencies, and you can put in the frequency you want. But the blood sweep's really the one to do every you should be doing a blood sweep every day. Come in and do a blood sweep.
Okay, I don't think I've done that yet.
Yeah, well,
I'll do all the others. I will. Yeah.
You want to do the sentient element. It's at the very farthest. Okay, and you want to do the sentient.
Okay.
And when you do the sentient, you don't use any other equipment right with it. And then when you do the Biotron, you can use the Avicen and the Biotron together.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I've got an Avicen in my place as well. It's my own, so I do that 3 times a day. I'm probably doing Avicen, which is helping with that foot. It warms your blood in a safe way.
Avicen increases the circulation in the human body, the microcirculation, by 66%. The next closest device only does it 33%.
And it makes you feel lovely. You feel like relaxed. A beautiful thing to do
Puts you
before
into
sleep.
a parasympathetic healing state within 6 minutes.
That parasympathetic state, I've not even heard of it before, but I've been in that state so many times here. It's amazing, the place to be. But I want to say about the Cell Sonic. This is what I had on the...
The Cell Sonic, can I tell them what it is before you do?
You tell them what it is, yeah.
Cell Sonic is the most powerful energy medicine device in the world. It runs 25,000 volts. I want you to get that in your head. It runs 25,000 volts, okay, through what we call a pulsar. And you can do it anywhere on the body, okay? And when it comes through as a love harmonic. Now understand something. You can put your finger in a 120 volt and actually have a heart attack. You burn yourself really bad. Now we're talking about 25,000 volts. Okay, so in a love harmonic. So what I'm going to tell you what it does and then tell your story. When you do the Cell Sonic, it creates little fractures, not fracture like big ones, very tiny, microscopic. But guess what? When you were of the age up until about 35, your whole body was doing it. Your whole body's fracturing all the time because that's what makes the calcium ions. And calcium ions, they actually are responsible for 120,000 hormonal and chemical processes every second.
Right.
It's also the main communicator in the human body. And so when you do the Cell Sonic, it brings that back. But what else does it do? It shakes the calcium and cracks the calcium layer off of your mitochondria.
Right.
Now, whether you believe this or not, you cannot have any disease. You can't have any disease unless you have mitochondrial damage. Your mitochondria are the powerhouse of every cell. Inside every cell is the mitochondria. And what it creates is ATP, and ATP creates energy. So now I'm sick. I'm sick. If I'm sick, do I have energy? No. So what do you think Cell Sonic does? It cracks off the calcium buildup, because you got the calcium buildup in your cells because you got infected and then you got inflamed, and the calcium went in to buffer down the pH so you didn't become cancerous. There you go. That's why there's so much osteoporosis, because we're so acidic now and we're so inflamed because we believe they're BS all the time. Or we go on alternative news stations and we still scare the crap out of ourselves, dump the adrenaline, which is very acidic. Then guess what? Your body has to buffer down with calcium in your blood, because if your pH drops even just slightly, you can go into a coma or die. Did you know that? So that's why you got the high cholesterol, because you're trying to goop the cracks with cholesterol. It's like candle wax, because you've been pulling the minerals out of the walls of the arteries, and you've also been frying your arteries. So there you go.
Yeah.
Anyways, now we'll get back to this. So if we can shake off the calcium that's built up around the mitochondria, it will spin 2,500 times per second instead of 300 to 600 times, and that's everybody who's sick. So no matter where you are feeling something, or you've got some disease, which means out of alignment, and you're out of alignment, and the out of alignment is the calcium buildup and the mitochondria not making ATP. Right. So what the Cell Sonic does is, if I had somebody and their bones wouldn't grow together, it'll actually do that. Whether you believe this or not, we have the most in-depth thermography in the world. Did you get your thermography done?
Yes, oh, so detailed, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, there's nothing like it, and it's non-toxic. So when we do thermographies, and I know you're going to go, okay, now he's just said too much. So when we do thermographies, remember what I told you about cancer? Cancer is the full spectrum of inflammation to the highest you can get. That's what cancer is. When we do a Cell Sonic, when we do a thermography, and we see that high indication of inflammation, and we do a Cell Sonic, 3 out of 4 people, when we do the thermography afterwards, are showing no inflammation.
Yeah, it really shows the details of what's going on
We
everywhere.
are energy medicine beings. 25,000 volts and a love harmonic is coming in. So what do? Well, I got to change my thinking. Well, I hope you don't run out of time. I got to change my drinking. I hope you don't run out of time. I got to change my eating. Hope you don't run out of time. We use the most powerful energy medicine in the world to buy you time until you decide that you want one law, one love, unconditional love for yourself, and then nobody's going to take you down again.
And that's how you stay well, isn't it?
That's right.
But I want to say on the Cell Sonic that I've had a couple, but when I had the last one, it got some other issues down here, so she came up around my inner leg and then went across my bladder. And the lady that did this, we didn't talk about the tissue mass. I just wanted the Cell Sonic. I told her where to go because you told me what to do, right? So I said, well,
she didn't know you had the tissue mass.
She didn't know. She didn't know.
And that's the one thing too, is you have to understand, no matter what your condition is, this is never going to harm you.
No. And
never ever harm anyone. We don't do anything. We're not allowed to carry things that harm people.
No, of course not. Yeah. And so she went along doing it. And
Yeah.
It's kind of go. And you think, okay, but it's. I didn't feel any pain anyway. It was just. And then she came across the bladder, and I tell you, I know exactly where that lump is, right? There was no pain at all, and I thought, wow, that was different. And then something was different, and she went across, and then literally she came back again, and it hit it again, and I felt literally, I felt it doing this, and I didn't really understand the Cell Sonic.
That was breaking the calcium bond off of the...
And I haven't seen you since, but so I felt it, and I said, oh, I felt that. And I told her after a few runs, she was doing a few runs.
I'll tell you what I'd do, though. If I were you, I'd go back in there.
I'm gonna,
And how big was the mass, do you think it was?
It was about an inch by, it was 24 by 18 centimeters.
Okay, an inch, so what's
25 is an inch, I think.
Yeah.
So an inch by a little less than an inch.
So an inch, yeah. I'd go in and hit it with 250 to 300 pulses.
Okay, I did 250.
Right here.
Just all there. Right on it. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that evening, I went home and I've been checking my urine every day since the 21st of December, because that's what alerted me was blood. I haven't had any since. Haven't had any here.
No, you had blood coming in your urine.
Yeah.
And now you haven't had it since you've been here.
No, clear. But after the Cell Sonic, there was little flecks in there.
Yeah.
Of something looked like little bits of tobacco. And I thought, that's the mass breaking down, because I felt it breaking.
Yeah.
I did. I felt it, and I almost could see it going like that. I don't know, it's the vision in my mind as it happened. And then I checked my wee, not just because I always do, and I checked it and I thought, whoa, what's that? I thought it might be blood. No, little flecks. And in the morning, 2 little flecks. And I thought, more Cell Sonics.
Yeah.
But I didn't know to do 250 and right on it. I thought, I will. Yeah, I got it booked this week, so I'll do it that way.
Yeah, now, after you do that, just make sure you go have a little nappy and hydrate really well.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of emotion in that bladder.
Yeah. Okay, that will
Okay.
explain the anger.
Well, when you
I
have a
might
bladder
later.
mass, that's because of the fear of loss.
Yeah, makes so much sense because of what was going on for me before.
Yeah.
Totally makes so much sense.
If you go and watch my video I did, and you can read the booklet if you want, The Emotional Chemistry of Cancer, Disease, and Healing, go to my library. It's all free. The whole library is free. And go dive in there, and then and go in there and dive in there for like 6 weeks, 2 hours a day, and then tell me that you knew what was really going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great library. Yeah, yeah.
So, what's up for you then? What do you want to see from all this, and where do you want to go with things in your life?
I don't.
Or you don't know yet. Right
I
now,
don't-
you're
it's
just
not clear.
in. You're like in hovering and enjoying and
Yeah,
just being.
I'm enjoying, and I'm enjoying feeling the strength that I've got, and I'm enjoying minding my own business because that gives me some freedom from this.
Yeah, isn't it something
Yeah.
that you are not responsible
No.
for anything but yourself?
Yeah. And I had some people ranting at me yesterday, just around the table, and I just, it was almost like they were punching me or something at first, and I just thought, you know what, just remove myself, just remove myself from it. Don't get into the conversation at all, because they were obviously angry,
Yeah,
So-
Lori and I always leave by the second drink.
Right, yeah. I don't have any more than that ever.
No. I don't, I'm not drinking.
I know what you mean.
I'm
Yeah, I know,
saying
I know,
leave
yeah.
by the time people
Yeah.
have had the second
Yeah,
drink.
because
The first drink they're excitable.
Yeah,
Second
yeah,
drink, now
yeah,
they're getting
yeah.
really. They
Yeah.
feel more intelligent.
Yeah.
And the third drink,
Yeah,
now
I
they're
know.
really
Yeah,
intelligent.
that's right. yeah, they got it. It's clipped. Yeah, no, I just want to. I mean, I'm glad I'm out of the UK. I'm loving Mexico. Someone commented just there about fruit being. Is it okay? But everything, organic's the way to go, isn't it? But
First of
everything's
all,
polluted because of the.
We should probably go through this. Let's go through the questions, and I'll do that. But let's make something really clear here, everyone. Man-made sugars have a right spin, and they feed cancer. There's no way that nature's fruit, feeds cancer.
No, it's
Now,
left
somebody would
spin.
say, well, what about honey? And I'd say, well, it doesn't feed cancer, but if you were to take it on a spoon, it messes up your blood sugar levels, which could create acidity, which then could cause the cancer to spike.
Okay.
Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with doing some honey like this. I don't know if you've been noticing me drink this, but I just drank already. What I had this morning, just so you know, this is all I've had so far. It's 11:05. I've had 2 quarts. The first quart was just hot water. Okay, the second quart was hot water with black diamond in it, and then I've had now 2 quarts. This the second quart I'm finishing of the lemonade. Now you're going, are you crazy? It's 11 o'clock and he's almost done a gallon. Yeah, my bladder right now. But I take it to the gym, right? So it's used to me drinking a lot of liquid. If you don't drink a lot of liquid, your bladder's not used to it. But the reality is this, it'll be noon and I will have already done a gallon.
Yeah.
So the reality is, if I've been running high, like a lot going on today, right? You've been around.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I'm not going to burn myself out. I'm going to cool down the engine. And I'm going to cool it down with high vibrational things like structured water, black diamond, doing the lemon drink. Now at lunch I'll do a protein shake, right? A vegetable protein shake, right? With berries. Anyways, so what I'm trying to tell you is you've got to start making healthier choices, and you don't need 3 meals a day. Just know that.
No.
1 meal a day is all you need, and then guess what? Oh, I can't afford to drink like him or eat like him. Really? The biggest thing that gives me energy is structured water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get it. You are a light energy electrical magnetic being. Did you know that eating is the most inefficient way to get energy? Yeah, that's right. So you eat 3 meals a day. You could have walked 10 miles with that same amount of energy. And to digest your food takes 70% of your energy. So if you have 3 meals a day and then you had cooked food or dead food, just think how much you worked for that. And you didn't get the energy back, did you?
No.
Okay, so something to think about.
You get tired, yeah. But when you start doing this stuff all the time, the juicing and the high vibration, you feel the food. If you try and eat something dead, your body says no straight away. It doesn't taste like it used to me.
Yeah, well, you have to. We're all addicted.
Yeah.
So
I'm
we'll
from-
get over it. We'll get over it. Let's see here. I'm going to go through these. I hope you don't mind, people. I'm going to read them. Melissa, good morning, beautiful Bravehearts. Good morning, Melissa.
Morning.
And be a Braveheart, girl. Hold the line. Love yourself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. And then you'll actually teach people how to do it. Okay? Oh my God, a bladder mass. I think I may have that, sir. I'm getting some tests done soon. Just understand something. You do whatever you want. When I talk here, I'm only talking what I would do. I've never got myself tested. I am the test. I don't need to go for tests. I haven't went for a test since I was like 17 years old. I've never went for any test. Now, I'm not telling you not to, because guess what? You're only good till the next test. I am the test.
Yeah.
Okay? I know how I feel. I know the laws of nature. Okay? And I do not follow mankind because mankind's not kind. Okay, let me see here. I'm just going to go through these.
I'm from Wales, by the way, someone asked. We're in the UK.
I'm ready to do the perfect day diet. I'm going to do the perfect day thing. Get a consult, that's right. Everybody, we'll give you a money back guarantee. It's $150. Lifetime support.
Yeah.
You get your own guide coach. You'll get my manual, 360 pages, a PDF manual sent to you.
Amazing manual.
It is. It's amazing manual. I gotta say it. It's 40 years of my work.
It's brilliant.
And it puts everything in a spot, doesn't it?
Clear.
Yeah.
Really clear.
So,
Amazing.
and then you get lifetime support. And I don't care if you call us 20 times a day, because you're not always going to do that. And you're going to be anxious at the beginning, because nobody ever listened to you, and nobody ever gave you the right answers. Okay? Don't think you're going to get them out there.
No. Hi, Liz.
My son Andy says he loves you. Okay, love you too, my friend. Forgot about the past, looks forward to the future. Yes. Okay, let me see here. Kimmy, I would love to come over, do some of this. I need it. Well, she said something else, but we won't say that. Yes, we can teach anyone. Okay, so just so you know, anybody takes my courses. We have medical doctors, chiros, nurses, accountants. What did you used to do?
Addictions counselor.
Addictions counselor. Let me tell you something. Whether you want to believe this or not, okay? My master consultants, okay, 90% of them have no background. No background. How are they? How do they treat people?
Amazing.
How do they work?
Just in the moment, love.
You don't get this.
Smiling.
You are a
they're
genius.
vibrant. They're, anybody that's doing this stuff like that, everybody's like it. Like, I couldn't even remember the person Daryl mentioned with the scars or whatever, because everybody on that course changed so much. It was just endless miracles, it seemed to me, really, and yet simple.
What about a dentist? I'm not sure what she means.
Well,
first of all, dentists are they're one of the greatest terrorists in the world. I mean, filling is 47% mercury, so it's not a silver filling. And what we do is first of all, we teach the parents that every time they want to give their kid a treat, they give them something that'll rot out their teeth, so they can go to the dentist to get the mercury, so then we can rot out their mind. Okay, and you might want to know this, that mercury is a toxic poison, and what you're actually getting into you is way past the actual guidelines, and it's in your mouth, so it doesn't count, right? So you got to understand something. Everything is about, okay, so whether you want to believe this or not, the government and most of the systems, I don't want to get into it too much, but they all work for, you think it's the psycho elite, but the psycho elite work for an evil entity. You can use your imagination if you want, or no, or just say, I don't know what I'm talking about. And the whole thing is that if you saw Monsters, Inc., you would know that this entity lives on pain and suffering of human beings, and that we've always been enslaved. And the only place you can't be enslaved is right here. Yeah. And then they try to make you a slave. And understand, they even try to make you a slave with taxes. But I will tell you this much. You have to be really interested. And if you're interested, I'll show you a legal way, okay? A legal way that they aren't raping you of your money, okay? And most people don't know this, and it's totally legal. And the reality is people just don't know how to do things, do they?
No.
I do everything legal. and they can't have what I got. Okay, so you just got to know how to do it. You got to think outside the box.
Yeah.
And this is why you got to what? Mind your what?
Business.
Own business.
Yeah, your own business, yeah.
Mind your own business. Okay, Melissa, wow, this man's made massive changes in such a short time. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you love yourself. You can change so fast at the blink of an eye because guess what? We are light energy beings, which means we move at the speed of
light.
When we love ourselves. Okay, let me see here. Yes, I would get a consult. I really, truly would get a perfect day consult. Just go to docofdetox.com, click on consultation at the top, and then pick the therapist that you like. And you're off to the races.
Yeah.
And Melissa says, I'm pooping in my pelvis, my damn pelvis. Okay, all right, we got it. Okay, iodine on the way. Yes, just know about the iodine, who's asking. We carry the only non-toxic iodine in the world. We also have a protocol that if you have an autoimmune disease or cancer, you can call me, and we sell the iodine at cost to these people because we have to. This is our duty, our part, and it comes in a 16-ounce jar. And if you've got things like the big C, you would need 1.5 ounces a day, and especially with breast situation like that. Guess what? They've seen turnarounds just by doing that. So understand, we are here for you, okay?
Yeah.
Understand, a lot of our money that we make goes into making these shows. You know, you see where the money goes, don't you?
Yes, definitely,
Right.
yeah. And I drink 45 mils or 1.5 ounces of iodine, infinite iodine every day at the moment for this.
Until the skitter scatter, get rid of the bladder, until that happens. Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. Is the book on this? Yes. You get the Perfect Day lifestyle guide when you go to a consult. The book itself is worth more than $150. And then I give you lifetime support. And my extension is number 5 if people want to call me. And don't worry, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. If you don't get me today, call me tomorrow. If you don't, you just keep calling. Don't get upset with yourself. Be patient or you'll remain a patient. Be patient or you remain a patient, and just demand, okay, the love that you deserve, okay? Okay, okay, I gotta learn this, okay? Let me see here. How can I help a family member who has pancreatic cancer who was doing chemo? I tried talking to them out of it and now it doesn't work anymore and insulin has spiked, just crazy. I said, change your diet to 200% raw. Listen, first of all, guess what? Mind your own business.
I was going to say, they need to do it.
You need to do it.
Yeah.
So the reality is, do you ever notice that we love our families, our friends so much, and we're always telling them what to do, but we're not doing it? Guess what? Everybody's going to go down hell road pretty soon. Okay? Whether you want to believe this or not, the elite just have to sit back now, because they have poisoned everybody's minds. You go to the corner store, look at the garbage you bring home. Look at the garbage in your fridge, in your cupboards, in your bathroom. Look at the garbage that it spews out of your mouth, and you don't even know you're doing it. It's not your fault.
And you know what?
It's not your fault.
Can I just say one thing? Like, all that garbage that most of us been eating most of our lives, we're sold that. It's advertised, we're sold it, and we don't say, like, the amount of people I hear saying, this thing here's products, sales. What do you think's been happening to you all your life, isn't it? You've been sold a load of rubbish, and it's been in your face on that box in the corner of everyone's house all the time, telling us lies, and you've gone with it for years. So, it's just this stuff is common sense, really. Once you learn it, you think, oh yeah, okay. Even the calcium sounds. Oh, what do you mean decalcify? It makes sense. It's simple.
Did you know that even if your bones are crumbling, you can totally restore them completely?
Yeah.
Okay. Real eyes realize real lies.
Yeah. And his story, history.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Yeah. Let me see here. Next time, I'm going to need somebody to go through this. Yark, next time I'll need somebody to just go through the questions so I don't have to read through them.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll do it this time, but If somebody goes through and reads them, then I know which ones to say so we don't keep everybody waiting. Okay, I'm juicing. Good for you. Whole plant-based. Okay, very good.
I like scary.
Was diagnosed, was 17 when they were diagnosed of breast cancer. Okay. I like scary I like scary alternative news. Okay, Melissa, can I say something? LOL, but it's not healthy. Yeah, I can't stop with it. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Because we want to be dumping chemicals into our body. Your brain is not smart or stupid. Your brain is only as smart as the beliefs it has in it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just a computer.
Yeah.
And your brain is only a computer and
running program
and a chemist. That's all it is. So everybody wants these chemicals because everybody wants to feel a high. But most people are addicted to adrenaline. And adrenaline should never be utilized unless there's a real tiger, not a paper tiger. So the reality is you're after the paper tiger. And I'm going to tell you something right now, Melissa. You're going to have big problems because you're addicted to the adrenaline rush, which is not good. You should be addicted to dose, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. Start getting and doing the belly button therapy. Start doing clapping. Start doing the love band. Start doing the smiling. Hey, listen, how would you like to get high on love, not high on fear? So you are a fear junkie. How's that feel? That's right. Welcome to your family. Welcome to the world. Carol, what fruit do you eat? Let me see here. What fruit do you eat, fresh or frozen? Well, in Mexico, you get a lot of organic because they can't afford the chemicals.
Yeah.
So they just come organic, and they don't sell them as organic. They're just organic. And the other thing is, I do, as far as the blender drinks go, it's organic frozen. Okay, Melissa, it's an addiction. The alternative media, yes, it is, love. You're as young as you feel, absolutely. Okay. Go on, Chris. At last, good for you. Okay.
Thank you.
New healthy use for shot glass. Yeah, absolutely. It's called one shot therapy, and we'll do a video on it sometime. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Let me see. Clear the meridians. Love clapping. Yeah, it'll clear your meridians. Belly button therapy before you clap. Belly button therapy before you clap. Belly button therapy before you do any exercise. Belly button therapy before you get out of bed. Belly button therapy before you go to sleep. It's amazing. Listen, you don't want any tummy problems. You want to unleash the power. Do belly button therapy. Maritime Mystic, the products have helped me so much. Lena, I'm down by 12 pounds.
Good on you.
Good on you. Okay. Okay, Melissa, I'm a disgusting smoker currently. You're not disgusting.
No.
You're not disgusting. So I want to tell you something. When you smoke that cigarette, okay, I want you to just know that you're beautiful. Someday you're going to quit. And as long as you call yourself a disgusting smoker, you'll bring your vibration down and then you'll want to smoke more. Let's reframe that, she says. I'm not disgusting. I have things I will change in my health. You're not disgusting at all. And the reason why you smoke is because you believe you're disgusting. That's why we smoke. Because why are we trying to kill ourselves? Because you are. But don't worry, everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it, and that's why nobody looks like they're doing it. Okay. Are there chemicals in fruit as well? Well, only if they've been sprayed. And if they've been sprayed, just use structured water. Seriously, structured water will reorganize the frequency. It won't get rid of the chemical, but it will never bother you. And that's, people don't understand fourth phase water. Go look at the structured water device that we have that never wears down, never wears out, never breaks down.
No.
Okay? Wow, I need C60. We all do.
Yeah.
It's my go-to.
Me
I've
too.
done C60 already 3 times a day. I put it on my face every day. Okay? I'm a balanced Canadian. Okay, there's one anyways. Okay. Let me see here.
Fair play.
Okay, let me see. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to need them highlighted, Yarrick, okay? If we can do that next time. replying to Kim. Let me see here. No. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Guess what, though, guys? I'll be here tomorrow at noon. And at noon, I'm going to be discussing, talking about products, going to be talking about anything you want to talk about. So at 12 noon, I'll be coming on, and it'll be a Q&A, and I'll be answering everybody's questions. Just bring them on. Think about what you want to ask today. Come on tomorrow live, 12 noon tomorrow. And then 12 noon on Wednesday, I'll be live again, going through the whole fasting thing, okay? All right? So what would you like to tell everyone?
I'd like to say to people that if you want some of this, come down here and get it, because it's just, it's not like we're all stuck together in one place. We're doing our own thing, and then we're kind of doing these courses, if you want to do the courses, but we're kind of, it's not like it's everyone's in one building or something. We're all over the place, living our lives in Mexico, enjoying it, and we've got these amazing facilities available to us and products available to us and knowledge, so if you can't come down here, get on and read some of Daryl's books. Watch the videos.
At least get a consult.
Get a consult, but look at the videos. The videos are amazing on the product, I think. Anyway, that's how I learned about the product. I watched all the videos, and they just blow it. They're great, in depth with the producers of it. So yeah, love yourself, I guess, is the last thing to say, isn't it? Look in the mirror and say and tell yourself what you truly tell yourself. You love yourself.
Thanks for coming on, Chris.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Everybody, just so you know, we start the New World Practitioner course. We call it New World Practitioner course, and it's 22 days, and I kick it off on
29th?
May the 29th until June the 6th, and then we do the non-surgical from June the 9th to the 20th. Okay? And then June the 27th, so that's here in Mexico, everyone, Ixtapa, at the World Healing and Training Center. We have one more, June the 27th to July the 5th for me, Whole Life Coach, and then another one, Wolf Non-Surgical, from July the 8th to July the 19th, and then guess what? We're out of here. So just a few days later, I'll be in Texas, okay? And I'll be in McKinney, which is just outside of Dallas, all right? July the 23rd to August the 5th for Whole Life Coach, all right? No, for the Whole Life Coach, it's July the 8th to July the 19th. Let me see. Am I doing it wrong here? Let me see here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. July 23rd to August 5th.
It's the non-surgical.
Okay, this is not done right.
I have no date.
Okay, so July 23rd to August the 5th is the Whole Life Coach, right?
Yeah.
No, it's non-surgical.
It's a non-surgical?
It's non-surgical.
Oh, I'm the 5th.
It's non-surgical in Dallas.
Okay, I must be well, we need to get the dates right.
Yep.
They're on Facebook. So I think I'm there on actually let me think here. How do you like this for being so busy? 15th, yeah. So I think it's actually, let me think. I'll have to get back to you, everyone. But if you go to Facebook, you'll see it. If you go to braveheartnation.com, everything is there. And if you go to braveheartnation.com, okay, or if you want to just send me an email to nwp@docofdetox.com. NWP at Doc. I will on Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central Time be talking about certifications, courses, personal treatment and trainings, okay, and online courses, and coming here and building treatment protocols for people depending on the condition. So come and challenge me, come and see what we have, and see if it fits you, see if it's something that you want to do. Okay, so and then we're in Toronto right after that. So I'm going to need these dates right. Okay, let me see here. I'll have to get them later. So, and then August the 8th to August the 21st is the non-surgical, and I will be there around July 28th, I think it is, in Toronto, and I'll be doing a Whole Life Coach, and then August 8th to August 21st will be the other, okay? So what we'll do next time, I want you to get the slides of all the things so we can have it right here.
Yep.
And also about the New World Practitioner email, okay? So I want all the dates in the email. I know, but let's make sure we switch it so we can just sit here during the show so people have time to look at the dates, where we're going to be, and what's going on. I want to thank everybody for coming on today, okay? Just know this, okay?
July 12th.
It's your life. It's always been your life, and now you've got to take it back. But it's not going to be that easy, because even once you start going in and you start reprogramming yourself, brainwashing yourself, because we all run programs. You just need to decide which programs you want to run. But here's the deal. Seeing that you're only conscious usually 5% of the day, totally in the conscious moment, don't you think that the other 95% should be looked at? Meaning that you better go and do an unconditional love program, that even when you're not in your conscious moment, you're not killing yourself or anyone else. I want you to think about that, because believe it or not, we're all killing ourselves a little bit and each other if we're not loving ourselves first and foremost before anyone else. So help me God. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Take care, Bravehearts. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolf and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and we're just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolf, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolf and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart and we're going to become the spark that you seek.
And actually what I really love about Dr. Wolf's teachings is that unconditional love is literally it. And then you're like, how can it be that easy? That's just silly. So, but it's really not.
Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because
How I found my brave heart was through Daryl. He really teaches you to go within and go in through your heart and not your mind, because your heart's a lot more connected to so much more than your mind. Your mind is just so conditioned and your heart is just so open and beautiful.
you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win.
I had just lost my husband a couple of years ago. With his passing, he gave me the greatest gift to love myself. But Dr. Wolf gave me the greatest gift in understanding that.
I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life.
He's the first doctor that I have encountered that has truly given me the truth, and not just half truths, but the full truth. So it's been revolutionary for me in my healing process.
And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams, and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.